Welcome back, everybody. So, you guys rest for the day, presumably?
I do.
Yes, you do, Dr. Albert. Well role-played. Alright. Some hours later, you spot a collection of wagons heading up the road in your direction, coming from the south.
Great. This entire time, the zombie Jaguar has been off to the forest. I'm telling it to kind of lie down and stay hidden.
Okay. What are you guys doing? What is your position? How have you been, have you just stopped with Albert spread out in the middle of the road? Or have you built, a little building around him? Or what is your position with Albert? How are you caring for him?
The way I would have done it, and Charles, you can provide better accommodations if you disagree, is just lay down a sleeping bag near a tree and then put him in it.
Okay. Do any of you guys have sleeping bags? Or a bedroll?
I do.
Right, we'll use Albert's bedroll.
Nice. Alright. Albert is all bundled up and passed out. This wagon load comes by, and one of the guards walks over to you. She kind of looks over the group and goes, "You guys all right?" She nods. "What's with your slave?"
What do you mean?
Is he okay?
Yeah, he was a little wounded. We ran into a jaguar on the road.
Well, if he dies, you can get a good price on a new one in town.
Good to know. Thank you very much. Hopefully this one shall recover.
The guard kind of waits for a moment, trying to suss out anything else you guys might have to say. But when it becomes apparent you guys are done talking, she shrugs and goes back to the caravan. This caravan is 8 wagons long. There are no slaves behind this one. And it eventually passes, and you guys spend the rest of the day waiting.
How many guards are on it? Out of curiosity.
You spotted 6.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell if the wagon drivers were armed or not. But 6 with armor and weapons. Maybe a few other weapons, but no other armored guards. The rest of the day,
dreams of detect magicking the acting things. So in his dreams he's detecting lots of magic. And then he shakes a lot in his sleep and wakes up and falls back asleep. He's like, oh, another item. Get it.
Okay. The day passes relatively uneventfully from here on out. And as does the night. Albert, when you wake up, Trellis, would you roll me a D3 for how much HP you restore to Albert with your wound binding and herbs?
D3?
Yes, please.
Okay, 2.
So Albert, when you wake up the next morning, you wake up at 3 HP.
Woo!
Okay, what is your max HP, Albert?
12.
Great, I cast 9 horizons on you.
Okay. You heal the full, Albert. All your spells were wiped from your memory, so you probably have to sit for a couple of hours to rememorize all your spells.
I will.
So that's that.
Spells are useful.
So this is day 3 in the forest. Well, in that wilderness. Apparently only Albert has any sort of sleeping bag. So the rest of you guys have just been hanging out and sleeping in the dirt in your clothes. You're all filthy. All covered in bug bites.
Not me.
Not you. That's right. Everyone except for you and Albert is covered in bug bites, and your clothes are all dirty.
This must be inconvenient for you, Ryan and Trellis. Perhaps you should invest in a roll.
Bedroll.
Perhaps.
Thought I was going to be on a boat.
Which season are we at right now, Neil?
It is summer.
I'm really disappointed it's not spring. I would have said you should invest in a spring roll.
Oh.
All right. You guys move on, and some hours later, approaching noon, you cross a river and see beyond it a sprawling town without a wall.
A town!
A town, indeed.
Once
Well, we have no real business with this town. Shall we just go through it?
Yes. I changed myself as we approach town into a blonde, very attractive female.
Okay. You're...
I assume there's usually no words hanging around town? Like written word?
oh, you're like a signpost?
Yeah, I kind of keep an eye out to see if there's any sign on what this town's name is in writing as we're walking by, or the previous time out.
There is. There's a little billboard that says, "Welcome to Vistira." Or Vistria, I'm sorry.
Is there anywhere which says, like, that way to the place that we came from?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
The other side of this board says, Jaka, 50 miles.
Okay, which one says Junta?
There is no sign that says Junta, but you do see one that says Zelenia. I think it's like 30 miles south. No, 15 miles south.
I believe we need to go south and southwest towards Zunta River.
No, probably south and then southeast.
Maybe so, Captain.
There are only 6 cities, towns in this area after all, and they're all on this map, those 6.
I trust your judgment.
You can stop imitating a female's voice now.
I'm a female at the moment. Leave me alone.
Are you?
Yes.
You just cast it randomly for 20 minutes now?
Yeah, as we approach town.
Oh, okay.
I like it when people respect me, you see.
Well then, let's keep going.
Come on, Ryan. Grab my arm and be a deer.
You know, Albert, I think I like you better as a woman. Just saying.
I can understand that.
It was kind of silently
Smell better
down
too.
behind trellis in the rope.
Can I alter smell?
That is not a spell you have. But you
So like
could
when
learn
I
it.
cast alter self, I can't like smell better too. Oh.
Oh, before we enter the town, I tell the Jaguar to follow that river. I pointed away as a the east way when there was that fork. Actually, when we approached that river, I told it go that way until there is no more river.
So you told us to go west or east?
I told it to go east.
Okay, so the Jaguar went off east to the end of the river.
Great.
Okay.
And defend yourself if anyone attacks you.
All right, the Jaguar goes. You guys walk through town. It sounds like you aren't talking to anyone and you're just trying to make it through town as quickly as possible. So you just walk through town, happily ignoring everyone around you. This is where you really start to pick up the differences between Matava and the rest of the world that you've been in so far. You see a lot of men out doing a lot of menial tasks, like they're all sweeping sidewalks, they're hanging laundry, they're grinding things up, they're chopping wood, but they're all dressed in this kind of bland, brown rags everywhere. You'll see women standing, chatting, while supervising like groups of men about. Often the women, even if they look like they're just random citizens, will be armed with weapons. And the town guards here are all female, scale mail, spears, helmets with big like furry horsehair above them. And it's probably a bit of a shock for most of you to see such a divided society based on gender. You guys are very familiar with slave societies, but it's not quite so stark as this. Normally it's captives from war or, taken in different ways, but this is definitely a different sort of world around you. And you definitely get the impression that in addition to this kind of servitude, there's like I'll say, you don't see any of the men speaking up or saying anything or acting out of turn or approaching anyone. They're very kind of segmented off. I guess that's to be expected in a slave society. You make it through Vistria. And
I give dirty looks to every man I pass by.
most of them don't even meet your gaze.
I'm like, oh, disgusting.
You pass through town pretty quickly.
Okay, after we exit the other side, I mentioned to the party, my Jaguar is going that way. We need to catch up to it. Or we need to hustle in order to catch it before it goes all the way. Since I just told it to follow the river. So I want to book it double time to try to cut it off.
So you want to follow the river and try and cut the Jaguar off on the river?
No. We'll use the map to go diagonally onto the river and try to walk faster. Since we didn't spend much time in town.
I walk at a normal pace, like a normal fast pace, like someone who knows where they're heading, but not someone who's stopping themselves from running and being weird and shit.
Sure.
He may outrun me. I don't care. I'm walking at my pace.
You book it through the woods as quickly as Dark Albert will walk, and eventually come to the river. It's about 130 feet wide, and with a moderate flow to it.
It's on the other side of the river.
It is.
Well, does it look like it has traveled through?
Well, what would you notice if a Jaguar had walked through this area?
What? It's a zombie Jaguar. Might smell.
You don't notice the smell.
Do I notice the smell?
You don't notice the smell.
Skeleton paw tracks.
On the other side of the river?
Never mind. Well, looks like we lost your Jaguar, my dear.
I suppose we'll have to follow the river.
Let's just get going to our final destination. You can get other panthers later.
This is on the way.
Fine. No losing.
We'll follow the river to the end.
Trellis, do you have any input?
I'm just following along right now.
The skeleton leads you upriver, hoping to catch up with its fellow undead zombie Jaguar. Let me go. You notice no signs of civilization anywhere around here. This is pretty much wild, untamed woods.
All right, we've done enough. Let's just keep going now. We have a ship. We're ready to go.
We have to wait for the Jaguar to arrive.
I think it already passed us, my dear. It's fast. It's a Jaguar.
Can I get perception checks from the whole party? Oh, God.
Yeah, that was.
I hate you guys.
God. Oh my God. No, D20. D20.
Oh, sorry. Saved. Yes!
All right, Trellis.
So perceptive, it's disgusting.
You got this. You're walking along when your keen ranger senses pick something up. What is that? You look up in a tree and you notice another Jaguar perched and slowly crawling out.
Watch out! And can I shoot it?
You can, as you call watch out, the Jaguar leaps to the attack. The party's alerted and you guys just roll initiative. I can't believe you rolled another Jaguar on the encounter table.
So I rolled that? I mean, we could have avoided that.
Well, you spotted it. It was hanging out, and you guys walked in underneath. But
Okay.
yeah, you were not surprised by this encounter.
Rolling initiative right now?
Yes, please.
Great.
Okay, what do we got for Jaguar HP?
I hate jaguars.
Kind of ominously, I say, last time I blinded it and ran away. I'll have to not do that this time.
All right. Does anyone
Why?
have better than a 13?
For initiative, I have 14.
I got a 9.
Better is lower, so 9 goes
Oh.
first.
Just kidding.
Huh.
9?
Okay. I'm going to. Let me just make sure this works. I think it does. I'll ask you first before I look this up too much. Can mental domination works, right? It's a creature.
Unless
And it
it's-
has a mind.
I think so.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to kind of hold out my hands and direct it like a puppet as I cast mental domination on it. It gets a save versus spell.
It fails miserably. So what does this allow you to do?
I get to control it.
Force the subject into combat. Priest cannot force it to cast spells or use innate magical or magic-like abilities.
And currently it'll last 21 rounds, 21 minutes. Well, excellent. I kind of.
What sort of movement can you actually do with it, though?
What do you mean? In terms of what I can do?
Yeah, what sort of domination can you do? Can you actually, like, make it do anything you want?
Let's see. It establishes a telepathic link, which the priest can control the bodily movement. So it looks like I can control it. Let's see. Although I have to be able to see it to control it.
Alright, I guess you can fully control everything about it.
Alright, as I have my hands outreached, I tell the party, have no fear, it is under my control now. Also tell Neil to cancel the combat music.
Okay. You have dominated the Jaguar mentally.
And then you take control of it and you make it attack Doc Albert.
I do have the, I kind of have the Jaguar walk up slowly towards Albert.
Albert, this Jaguar walking towards you, what do you do?
I cast Spook. I mean, if I don't know that.
I just told you.
Oh, I know it's controlled?
Yes, I told you it is under my control as I...
Oh, okay. Prove it! Or else I cast Spook.
Okay, I'm having it roll over now as I have it roll over.
I hold the spooks. I do not cast Spook.
This one will serve as an excellent companion for my other Jaguar.
I think one Jaguar could be enough. Maybe we should get going. Maybe we should get going now.
Unfortunately, I have not prepared Animate Dead on this day, so I say we camp at the end of this river.
What do you do with your Jaguar?
You lose control of the Jaguar.
I direct it to follow us.
Did you guys just go down the river?
I Another spent L and my.
After 1 mile, which would probably take us about a time, I have it slit its throat with its claws.
You have it kill itself with its own claws?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Alright. I'm glad you picked up on that, because I was about to have it attack you at the end of a mile.
Of course you would, Neil.
Well, if this time runs
Yeah.
out, you know, there's a duration on that spell. I was hoping Trump wouldn't notice. Alright. The Jaguar dies.
Okay, we are going to need to carry this to the end of the river.
And by we, you mean you, right?
I'm not certain I am strong enough to carry such a beast.
Maybe you should try and see if it works.
I'd try.
What's your strength, Dark Albert? Or, Dark Temriel?
My strength is 14.
You cannot carry a Jaguar. You can slowly drag it through the woods at, like, half a mile per hour.
Okay, I start dragging it. You notice that I'm falling behind.
He reduces the party's speed to 1/6 of its normal movement rate.
Ah, this is a fun trip. I love going at this pace. It's quite pleasant, really. What do you think, Trellis?
It's been just wonderful. And I'm kind of like, my ears just cringe at hearing her voice.
Especially because the 20 minutes have worn off, and now it's just Dark Albert as a dude doing that voice. Alright.
I don't notice that I changed, right, Neil?
I keep an eye out for the other Jaguar on the other side of the river while we're walking down at 1/6 speed.
So half a mile an hour, it'll take you 20 hours to get to the end of the river.
After an hour, you guys still don't help?
No.
I was thinking that my Jaguar would catch up, but apparently it's ahead of us.
So what do we do now?
Well, we would get there faster if one of you helped carry this Jaguar.
Go ahead, Dark Albert.
Do you give
I'll let
up?
the men do the job.
Do you let the man? What do you mean the man? Oh God. So do you give up on the other Jaguar?
No, the other Jaguar is probably at the end of the river.
Fine. I guess Ryan can help you carry it.
Thanks, Ryan. Good man. And nod towards Ryan.
He looks towards Dark Albert. I take my orders from that one.
You think what?
I take my orders from Dark Albert. If he's not carrying it, I'm not carrying it.
Fine, let's carry it together. I'm sorry, Ryan. We have to, like, you agree with me, right? If we want to get going, we gotta please that weird skeleton man.
Oh wait! I can't believe I haven't thought of this. I put down the box and I say rift boat.
A rowboat appears.
Great. I put it in the rowboat and then I rift box.
Alright. The rowboat turns into a box.
Great. And I carry the box.
Alright. There you go.
Ah, at last. Nice.
It takes you guys some time to get towards the start of the river.
The end. Oh, it flows the other way.
Yeah, it flows out towards Jaguar. Jaka. And it's not really just like a start of a river, though. You get to a point where the river forks into two. Roughly around here, it forks into two bits. One heading more this way and one heading more this way.
What? That's not reflected on the map.
It is not reflected on the map. The map just kind of shows the rough origin of the river. These are two smaller rivers. The main one's like 100 and something feet wide. Each of these is only 80, but it also looks like they're getting more narrow as they head up, as they go inland more.
Okay, well at this point, the track should be obvious. If there are tracks.
If you cross the river, they would probably be pretty obvious, but not from over here.
Maybe we should cross the river.
Do you guys know how to swim?
I do.
Go for it then, Dark Albert.
I do not trust you. World. What are we doing, Captain? Shouldn't we get on our boat and get going?
Well, that's true. We could simply use the boat to cross. An excellent idea, Albert. I think you'd go to a rowboat.
All right, you now have a rowboat.
All right,
You've
we
been
row
carrying
across
with
the
you.
river. We row across the river.
You guys crossed the river finally.
Are there Jaguar tracks here?
Not really. You know, the ground isn't soft enough to have really good, like, deep tracks put into it, and none of you guys... Well, Trellis, you're a tracker, aren't you? You've got the tracking proficiency.
I should. Where would I see that?
Under your character sheet, second page, non-weapon proficiencies. Top middle.
No, I just have weaponsmith and herbalism.
Oh.
But she's a
Should I
ranger.
have tracking?
Yeah, all rangers start with tracking, so that should be in
Yeah,
there.
then we didn't have that when we did it.
Okay.
Okay.
You must have missed
So, what would the proficiency be? Like,
8.
okay. So, roll a d8.
No, roll a d20 plus 8.
$13.
Not great. You cannot pick up the Jaguar tracks anywhere.
I'm not feeling so great today. I don't think my tracking ability is doing quite well. I can't pick them up anywhere.
All right, well, I look downriver. Does it look like the tracks would be easier to spot there?
Not necessarily.
Let's see, I told it to follow the river until the end.
Please, you told me that we didn't have time for small.
We have one Jaguar. Is that not enough?
You lost it. You got one. It's even fresh.
This Jaguar is more powerful than Albert.
Ha.
Yes,
ha.
but traveling with many of them is going to put us under somebody's eye, and we should not do
If
this.
you want to look for it, go look for it. I'm staying right here.
Okay, well, I deduce that the Jaguar would continue to follow the river without crossing it. So therefore, I continue walking upriver without crossing the river from the side that I told the Jaguar to go along the river.
So, Trellis, are you following or are you staying here with me? I'm done with this fool's errand.
I'm not going to look for a Jaguar.
I mean, we could just get going while he's looking for it.
And you want to catch up with us? And I look over to him, Tamriel.
Sure. If you are in such a rush, I will see you in...
Well, as you said, no need to waste time on a journey if we don't need to.
A Jaguar is not a waste of time.
We have one already. Why do you need two?
Why do I need any of you?
Are you making a circus with all these animals you're collecting?
Well, by all means, my captain, go get your Jaguars and we'll just be right here.
Fine. If the Jaguar meets up with you here, then just follow me. Then I'll be back when I find the end of this river.
Sure. So you leave us.
Yeah. And I have the Jaguar follow me, of course. The current. Oh no! It's in a boat. I carry the box.
You leave with the box alone?
Yeah.
We'll stay here with the box.
No, I'll carry it. It's an important relic for me.
All right, go on your trail with your box.
All right. Tamriel leaves the party and heads upriver alone, looking for the Jaguar, the undead Jaguar. So the river forks, as we saw earlier, and you head up this one fork of the river for maybe 5 miles, where it kind of splits again. You keep taking your side, I take it.
Yeah.
And
I
another.
look at this map puzzled as it splits again. This map, I thought it was supposed to be an impressive relic, but it shows none of these rivers.
It seems to be only showing rivers of a certain size or larger. All the small things are just kind of missing. You spend another 3 hours walking when eventually you come across an undead jaguar standing at a rock, kind of facing a rock, and this big boulder is like blocking, or the river, this little sub-stream starts coming out of, like, out from under this rock, and there's just an undead jaguar looking at the rock.
Come along here. And then I start heading back.
Oh god.
What?
Tembriel, roll me a perception check, buddy.
Let's see.
Oh, a 27. Very nice. All right. So you and your jaguar are coming around a bend in the river when you spot ahead of you what appears to be a group of goblins. The 4-foot-tall, poorly dressed, mangy creatures number about 15. It appears that they are down by the river cleaning some stuff. But they spot you guys at the same time as you spot them, and there's this moment of like...
It's Tamriel and his jaguar.
Tamriel and his jaguar come across a group of 15 goblins that are down by the river cleaning. And they see you, and you see them. And then they go for their weapons.
I kind of lower my robe to make it clear that I'm a skeleton, and then I run into the forest.
All right, roll me initiative. The rest of the party, what are you guys doing while you're chilling?
I'm actually getting a tan wheel.
Getting a tan, ooh.
I'm like, Ryan, I feel we should get a tan today. It's a wonderful day.
Probably gonna get arrested in this stupid country.
We can lay on this.
Oh, right. Initiative. There's a lot of them, so we're just going to roll a flat d10. So that's 7, there's a 5. They go first. The goblins, even after you lower your head, they seem unbothered by it and launch against you. The first 6 hurl their spears towards you. What is your armor class, Tamriel?
It is 18.
You're not wearing your shield, are you?
I am.
You are, okay. Then you have 2 hits against you with the spears. They do 11 damage, but that's halved because they're piercing weapons against a skeleton. So you take 5 damage.
Nice.
And the second group... the second group of 6 comes at you with spears for melee. When they get close enough to you, they spot the undead jaguar behind you, which is kind of following. But they do not seem disturbed by it, apparently. 3 of them go for you, and 3 of them go for the jaguar. 1 more hits you for 1 point of damage.
Kind of speak out in a chill. Do you wish to become jaguar food? In common.
Your jaguar takes 1 point of damage.
Okay.
The goblins don't seem to recognize your language. They don't seem to react to it at all. There's 12. That leaves 3 more. I think the other 3 are still getting out of the river this round. So your turn and the jaguar's turn.
Great, we'll run full speed into the forest.
All right. 3 of them get attacks of opportunity on you as you break. One of them hits you. 18 without your shield is what? 15 AC?
Yeah. 16.
16 without your shield?
Shield plus 2, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that's a total of 21 against 16 is actually a crit. Please roll me a saving throw versus death as a goblin criticals you for 3 damage, well, 6 damage, down to 3 from your half damage to piercing
Roll a
weapons.
what?
Saving throw versus death. That is a fail. The goblin rolls 2d4 for severity. It could be no big deal, or it could be debilitating.
Uh-oh.
It rolls a 7 on severity and a 10 for 4 for location. I'm sorry, not a 10. A d10. Piercing versus humanoid. 4 is your left leg. Armor damaged. Leg injured if target has no leg armor. Half movement. Major bleeding. You don't bleed, so you're okay. But he cracks your left leg. You are now moving at half movement rate until a repair injury spell is cast. Or a certain amount of time has passed. What does the Jaguar do on its turn?
It bites the goblins off me.
All right, make some attack. Well, the ones off you or the ones off it?
Off me.
Okay.
No, off it. Off it.
Make me some attack rolls.
Let's see.
Those are all hits.
Oh, great.
Are these all against the same creature?
Yeah. I mean, is it a until it dies thing, or can it?
Sure. It's not Final Fantasy 1. You know, you can attack something until it dies, then move to the next creature.
Okay, great. Well, they're all on one until they die, and then they'll move to the next one.
1, 3, and 4. Together bring down one of the goblins, rending it piece for piece. Roll me initiative. Meanwhile, back at the side of the river,
I turn sides to make sure I'm tanned equally.
cool. Trellis, what are you doing?
I'm out gathering. I'm gonna gather herbs.
Nice. Roll me an herbalism proficiency check.
Okay. 10. Okay.
Ooh, not so good. All right, initiative, Trump.
Just roll around in the
you
flower.
You already rolled a 3 for an 8 for initiative.
Yes.
The goblins roll a 10. You go first.
All right. Are there any goblins that are particularly clumped up?
Yes, there's a group of 6 that are clumped up down by the river, and then there's 2 groups of, well, a group of 3 and a group of 2.
Is that group of 6 within throwing distance of a potion?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Are they running towards me, or are they just staying near the river?
They had just thrown their spears. They are now drawing their secondary spears.
All right. Witness my might, I say, as I take out from my pouch one of the vials, and then I toss it at that group.
All right, make me a roll to hit. You hit dead center. What vial are you throwing?
It is an oil of fiery burning.
All right, let's take a look at the explosion range of this and make me a roll to hit. Oil of fiery burning being used on 6 goblins. Oh, the lack of value.
We don't hear anything, right?
No, he's like 3 miles away from you.
Okay.
just a 1d20 or what
yeah,
else?
a 1d20 plus your base adjust, your base missile adjust.
There, that's a 4.
Oh, nice. You get it right in the sweet spot. Any creature within 10 feet of the impact point, up to a maximum of 6 creatures can be affected. So you definitely hit... I'm going to say you can hit 4, maybe a 5th? No, you can just hit 4 easily with that. Because they're within... It's a group, but they're not all crammed together. So roll me 5d6 points of damage. Oh my god. Brutal. Well, 2 goblins passed their save, but it doesn't matter. They have a maximum of 7 life. 4 of those goblins just burn up in an instant. What does your jaguar do?
It's gonna keep attacking the ones on him. Let's see, plus 4? Plus 4.
Nice hit. On the last one, at least.
Okay.
And it's also
that
killed.
one's-
That goblin had 1 life.
Okay.
Alright, the goblin's turn. They fail their morale. A skeleton, well, we can handle that. A tiger, well, or a jaguar, we could probably handle that too. But not exploding fireballs all around us. Screw this shit. The goblins break and run. Some of them flee downriver, some of them flee into the woods. You can pursue if you'd like, but otherwise they'll just escape.
Let them go.
Okay. Alright, they vanish.
Alright, and I ruffle through the dead ones, see if there's anything useful.
There's some goblin spears. There's some coins, mostly silver and copper, but if you'd like them, I can count them out for you.
Sure.
You get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 silver. Nice. Good catch. And 29 copper.
Alright. I leave the copper.
Alright. Trellis and Dark Albert and Ryan, you guys are all hanging, chilling, whatever. Eventually, like 4 hours after he's departed, you see Temriel walking back to you, carrying a box, being followed by an undead jaguar.
So like, oh, god damn it. We're back at it. And then when I see you, I'm like, hey man, glad you found your panther. It's awesome.
Yes, apologies for taking a while. I was assaulted by a tribe of goblins.
Aw, that's too
My
bad.
eyebrows raised at this.
I, of
And
course,
you
slayed
took-
half of them, then they ran away like the cowards they are.
I'm just nodding my head at him. Nice.
That's a really cool story, bro. I get to look at Ryan as if I really don't believe this story.
Alright, what now, guys? What are you gonna do?
Well, now that... Go ahead.
Now we continue south.
Are you sure you don't want us to go capture more jaguars or something like that? You're good?
This will be sufficient.
Okay.
Alright, so you have to cross the river again to head south. But your boat... The boat is not big enough to hold 2 jaguars and 4 people. It's only
The
a 10 by
jaguars-
4 foot boat.
The jaguar
This
is
is a puzzle
across
game now.
the river.
Well, one of the jaguars is dead. It can't swim.
I mean,
The other
alright,
one can
Captain,
swim.
I'll help you out here. We could drag one with like a rope in the sea.
No, we crossed the... 3 of... I have this zombie jaguar stay on the side of the river. We sailed the other one across. We unload it. We sailed back. We grabbed this new one.
No!
Now we sail back.
That would just take way too much time. Why can't we just drag it in the water?
I don't think it will be that easy.
I think it will be. Have a little faith here.
These must be jaguars of gold.
Neil, I take the jaguar that seems to be the best floaty jaguar. I don't know if it's the alive one or the dead one.
You're gonna have
Probably
a 50-50 chance.
Which one do you want me to take then, Real?
The alive one. It can paddle at least.
So I take
Jaguars can swim.
dead alive jaguar.
The undead jaguar.
Yeah. And I tie it with a rope
Okay.
to the boat. So I like tie around his little skeleton paws, like the 4 of them, but not like at the tip, just at the base. So that I have like a steady force going.
Yeah, while you're preparing that, I actually have the jaguar. I tell the jaguar, go into just a little bit of the river and swim along the river, and I kind of see how it does, ready to catch it if it.
No, I'm tying it up, Neil. I'm tying it up.
Does it seem to swim fine?
Well, so you're starting to tie it up. He gives it an order to do something else, and it walks off with you holding the rope tied around one of its limbs.
I keep.
Oh yeah, I tell it to stop.
All right, keep
Never.
it okay. All right, Jen, you tie up the jaguar.
I make him a little harness and then I tie him to the back of the boat.
All right, you guys do it.
Nice.
Okay.
You drag the jaguar behind the boat across the river and make it to the other side. The jaguar's dead, so you can't drown it.
Well, no, I ordered to swim alongside. Does it manage to keep afloat?
Yeah, totally. It swims just fine.
Okay, we turn the ship back into a box.
All right. It's back into a box. There's a dead jaguar in the box. Well, not in the box, but if the box transforms into a boat, there's a dead jaguar in there.
Yes. And then I have an idea again. I turn back into a boat. And I order the zombie into the boat. Then I turn it back into a box.
All right, now you've got a box with a dead and an undead jaguar in it.
Fantastic.
Is this the equivalent to Pokemon? You just like toss this box and say a word and jaguars pop out?
The undead Pokemon Go.
Hey, did you see my tan? It's pretty even. Pretty cool.
All right, you guys head southward.
I'm sure the goblins would have appreciated feasting on your tanned skin.
Yeah, sure. That story about how many were they again?
There were 12 of them.
12. And how many did you kill?
I
Real
killed
doesn't lie. He probably did fine.
6 of them.
How many?
6.
Half of them. I see. Isn't it a great story, Ryan?
Fabulous.
Keep walking.
All right, the sun begins to set. You've got the map, so you know where the next town is. And eventually you run up against it after the sun has gone down. You come across this large stone wall. It must be 25 feet tall. It's got parapets all along it. You can see light sources at various points in the wall that are slowly moving. There must be guards walking along the tops of the walls. You're not sure where there's a gate. You presume there must be one near the road, but you don't know if there's any other gates in the wall besides the ones at the road. You're like kind of where that flag is. You're right about here.
We may want to sidestep this city. It looks to be the capital.
I think we should not go into any city if we can stop doing so. We should just we should bring back the boat and just go. ASAP.
Very well, let's go around then.
All right. You guys give the city a nice wide berth. As you enter into the plains on the edge of the city, you notice there are lots of little villages kind of scattering about, maybe 3 or 4 miles apart. You can tell because there's like little light spots in the otherwise darkness of the plain. It's been a couple of weeks since you guys left the Shadow Wood, so the moon is waxing again, and you're about at a quarter moon.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it took you guys a while to get here. You did not take the most efficient route from the island to here. There's a lot of like going along the coast awkwardly. No, actually, it hasn't been 2 weeks. It's been like 10 days, I think, actually. Yeah, that's still about right. About 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You guys are just gonna go along the edge of the town, or outside the wall. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we move your boat to where you guys are? And what is your plan? We're about to wrap up here, so I want to know: are you just gonna just like go along the other side of this river? Are you gonna cross the river and go along the road? Or you can go down the river on your ship? What is your plan?
I think we should go along the road and then find out if that place we end up in is Jaka.
Yunta.
Yunta.
All right. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Down the road.
Let's do a quick.
And we'll probably keep going through those until we get to Yunta.
And how late at night do you travel? Like, do you walk all night long? Do you camp somewhere?
We should sleep at some point.
Yeah, we camp at night.
And we should stop at a town to know where Yunta is. Well, maybe not us, but maybe...
It doesn't matter. It's one of those three that we're going to pass by anyways.
Sure.
Cool. All right, well, why don't we end up here for the night and do our wrap-ups and shout-outs.
All right. I'm vParlefoy. You can find me everywhere at vParlefoy. I will be streaming earlier this week and next week during the week at like 7 Pacific Standard Time in the morning. So pretty early to the afternoon. I'm on East Coast time right now.
Wow.
So yeah, you gotta find me there, and then that's pretty much it for the next 2 weeks.
You guys can find me on twitch.tv/Koibu. I stream every day noon to like 7 or 8 or 9 Pacific time. I do a lot of campaign prep. Today's was all campaign prep for now, although we didn't come across a single bit of the campaign that I prepared for today.
Aww.
No, it's great. It just means I don't have to do anything next week. It's fantastic. Tomorrow, we're going to be making Anna's new character around, I want to say like 6:30 Pacific time. That's going to be... No, I'm sorry. 4 o'clock Pacific. We're going to be making Anna's character. And yeah, that's it for me. Jen?
For my stuff, you can follow me at LiveInPink SC2. Right now on Rainbow Six, we're about to have our 3rd season come out, so it's pretty exciting. So today we revealed a short teaser. We're gonna have a trailer, and I worked on it, so I'm pretty excited. It's my first trailer ever that I was lead on, so I hope people like it. You should tune in on Saturday on twitch.tv/Rainbow6. We're going to be revealing everything about Season 3 content of Rainbow Six and holding the Xbox One Pro League Finals. And I'm going to be on the show to like announce the new content and like be the lead on the dev panel and stuff like that. So you should tune in because I rarely do stuff on Twitch. That's it.
All right, Trump.
Shout out to my mutinous crew.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't leave your boat behind, man.
Good thing I didn't die out there.
Also, I wonder after how long we would have been looking for you / the boat.
Well, anyways, cheers to vParlefoy and Jen, the worst crewmates the captain could ask for.
All right, and with that, we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye.